YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So let's get right into this video. I want to talk about how you rise up every single time. So if you have been called by God, your life has likely just been just a lot of challenges, right? I've spoke about this like a million times in my past videos, but your life is going to be full of challenges, right? And it's going to be kind of to where it gets like intense. Like it gets more intense before it gets better, right? And you may look around and you see people like they're dealing with their struggles and everything, but you're like bombarded by stuff, right? It's like multiple different things, whether it's externally, internally, just multiple things at one time, right? So you carry a lot. You just carry a lot on your shoulder. But at the same time, you always rise up past these things. You always beat them every single time, right? Right? And we all know the reason that you beat these all the time is because you have God with you. You have the strength of God with you, right? His grace is perfected in your weakness. So whenever you're weak, whenever you think you can't do it, that's when God comes in, right? This is why you go through incredibly difficult situations, but then you go through them, right? You actually end up conquering it. You're like, how did I do that, right? Or how am I still moving despite all this stuff happening, right? It's because it's all God. And God does this to show you that He is to be trusted, right? You could fall back on Him because He's gonna catch you, right? So He does these things. He puts you in like situations that seem impossible because He's the only one that can do it. Because that's how He makes Himself so clear to you. It's like, oh, it's only God. It's 100% God, right? It's not him, her, them, or whatever it is. It's only God. So that's how your life is going to be. So you're going to have challenges to where like nobody's going to get or like understand or like just a lot of different things are just happening in your life to where you're just like, why is this happening to me? And why do I see no one else dealing with the same thing, right? Not only do you have the strength to keep moving even despite all these challenges because you're created to be a leader, right? If you're called by God, if you're chosen by God, you're going to have to be a leader. And what does the leader do? The leader has a lot of knives in their back, right? Like knives in the back as in a lot of things they've overcome, right? A lot of darkness, a lot of things they had to deal with, a lot of things ever since they were young, right? It's just been like a lot of challenges. And that's how God makes a true leader, right? Because if he's called you for whatever purpose that he has for you, he's gonna build you up with it. So that's gonna come with challenges. It's just a reality of it. So in order to make you a diamond, because in order to be a good leader, you have to be a diamond, right? You have to be someone who's perfected, someone who has experienced everything, someone who's seen everything for themselves. So this is what God has done in your life, and this is only for people who resonate with this. I know many of you will resonate, some of you may not, but if you truly resonate, this is for you. This is why you go through said challenges. Whatever the said challenges, this is why you go through it, and it's kind of like tougher for you. It's kind of just like harder for you. It's like more resistance for you, right? But at the same time, you have a huge amount of strength. You may not realize it, but you have a huge amount of strength because the stuff that you carry, whatever it is, it could be mental, you could be traumatized, it could be physical, it could be whatever it is. It's gonna be something heavy, right? And something only you can carry. It's like something that only you would be able to because of this, right? And that's the reality of being chosen. It's not something that's like you're spoiled or you're this or that. It's something that is difficult, right? It's actually very difficult because you're gonna be pulled apart. You're gonna be set apart. You're gonna have different experiences, right? You're gonna see different things of life, right, that people don't really notice. And you're gonna experience this, and you've experienced this since you're younger, right? It starts early, and that's the reality about it. Because this is why I've spoke about it in some of my older videos. Through Where if you're chosen, you're exposed to evil at a young age, right? You saw evil at a young age because your eyes have always been wide open, and you've seen what evil does. You've seen what happens under the sun, right? Because you see everything. Like nothing can be hidden from you. So you may even want to be someone who's like ignorant, right? Just be like, I'm gonna act like I don't know that, but you can't, right? You just realize that you see it. It's like it's out there in broad daylight to you, right? You can't ignore it. And this is how it's going to be, because if you're chosen by God, you're called to be a light. So what does the light do? It illuminates the darkness. It illuminates the things of the dark, right? It shows the dark so it could be healed. It shows the dark so it could be exposed, right? That's why your life has been difficult, because you've been around a lot of dark, and you being a light, because light and dark do not match. They don't mix. So you being a light in the dark is going to attack you, right? It's going to hate you because you expose the dark. So that's going to come with a lot of challenges to you. Whether these challenges could be with people, whether they could be spiritual attacks on whatever it is, whether it's like your health, your mental, your financial, whatever it is, you're going to be attacked by these, right? You're going to be going through spiritual warfare because it's a battle against good and evil, right? So you're part of good, you're part of God. So you're going to be attacked by evil, right? But no weapon formed against you will prosper, right? That's what God said. No weapon formed against you will prosper. So this is already proven true in your life. You've probably had a lot of weapons formed against you, whether that's just a person, could be even a physical weapon, whether that's like a sickness, whatever it is. You probably notice that this weapon has not stopped you, right? Because that is proven true. No weapon formed against you. See the true strength that you have from God, right? This is when you see like what type of strength that you have. So then you're like, if I could do this, I could carry all this stuff and still end up this way, then nothing could stop me, right? Like nothing will break me. That's how God exposes to you that you are unbreakable, you're unstoppable, right? Because nothing's going to stop you from where you're going. Nothing's going to prevent you from going to the place that God needs you to be, right? Nothing at all. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Of course, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. And all right, God bless you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.